preseason Michigan State was picked 1 or 2. And Michigan State right now is playing their best basketball. They suffered a lot of injuries, and now they're at full strength, and they really breezed through the Big Ten Conference Tournament Championship. And this will be, in my opinion, the best team we've played all year. They have great depth, similar to our depth. They have a terrific player in Adrian Payne, who had 41 in the first round, or in the second round, who's a threat from shooting the three at a 6, I don't know how tall, 6'10", with long arms, but can post up, very effective, terrific guard play. And certainly they have a program that's established. Coach Izzo has won, and they play very physical. They don't take possessions off, and it's why he's had success in conference play, but in NCAA tournament play. So we'll have to be ready, knowing that, but not backing down from it. I mean, they have that that toughness that Pitt has. They're very physical. They don't take possessions off, so there's certainly some similarities in having coached against Coach Izzo's teams and seen his teams. You have to be good offensively. You have to be sound. You got to be tough-minded and work to get your shots and understand that when you're playing a team like Michigan State. At the start of the year, would you say, well, you're going to be a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament, win the things you've won. You always hope for those things. I never say, is this possible? I knew it was possible, but I wouldn't have probably put my house on it or my kids or anything. I would have said, hopefully we'll be good and we'll develop. And, I remember the preseason media poll picked us 4th, I think, in the ACC. And I remember thinking, well, this is a deep year in the league. There's more teams, and we're going to have to play to get there. So obviously, I feel very thankful for what's happened. But that's the power of when a group collectively comes together and says, all right, we can touch something special when we understand that powerful concept of the whole being greater than some of the parts. And this team has embodied that more than most teams I've been around. So to experience what we've experienced and want to experience more is certainly a blessing, but that's why you don't put too much emphasis on the end results. You have your goals, you have your dreams, but you say, let's be process oriented. Let's pursue quality in each possession, in each game, and take it that way. And then these things can happen. And that's where I think it's how it's played out. To get in the NCAA tournament is certainly a goal, and it's the greatest sporting event. Obviously, I'm biased, but I think there is. I think the people in the World Cup might argue, the soccer fans in the world, but I would say that it's special. And I said, to get to the Sweet 16, that's kind of the rarefied air. Certainly every round advances, and it just, the level goes up, and it tightens up, and the focus comes more on those games. But you have to use that experience. You use that experience when you're building a program, when you go through tough losses. So to have fortunately coached a team in the Sweet 16 and been in the NCAA tournament before, to have been part of a staff that's been there, made runs to a run to the Final Four, those are valuable things. But so much of it is who you're playing, the team you have, and you trust those instincts because not every situation is identical. You draw some things, but you say, all right, this is this team, this is who we're playing, and trust your gut. And then, as we said, you got to be as ready as you can for what'll happen. Yeah, how he's playing. What makes him so effective is he's not just an inside guy. He's added the dimension to step out, shoot the three, to even put it on the floor. And then you got to talk about his prowess on the defensive end, blocking shots, rebounding, offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding, his size and athleticism. He's a special one, and obviously he's showing that. And with any great players you go against, make them earn, make them work. And that's what we'll have to do. But I get to sit with them, so I get to listen to them, ask questions with all the cameras like this. And that's kind of, almost you're like a proud dad when you hear them talk about the things that are important, when they praise their teammates, when they're excited, when they're real. You guys have interviewed them all, 4 years, Akil and Joe and these other guys, and I don't think they've changed, but there's a joy in them. And I've gotten more comments from people saying the joy in your players' eyes, the joy in their reactions to this, they say is refreshing. And I think when you think you've earned this, you deserve this, that's when trouble comes. But when you can really appreciate it and have a joy and stay hungry, that's for me enjoyable. So I think they've done a good job with it, and hopefully they'll have some more opportunities to show that joy to the rest of the people. Yeah, leadership is significant. All hands on deck is what we've said a lot, but that that ability. I mean, even I've challenged our guys. They'll never have another chance, Joe and Akil. They won't. This is it. So it makes them have a heightened sense of readiness and desire, and I think it makes our players, when they realize, you know, we may have another chance to come down this road, even though it's hard, but they won't. I think it makes them rally behind them, but you'll need that. You'll need it. And you can't become someone you're not. You don't get out of character in playing in these settings, but the experience part of it, even though they haven't experienced this, but the fact that they have the maturity will be relied upon heavily.